Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we're going to be talking about those ridiculous Clippers. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel, and be sure to hit all notifications to be notified the second we publish our content. Let me get into this show here. So the Clippers right now have been playing some horrendous basketball. We produced a show about this just yesterday, reacting to some of the comments that Tyronn Lue had to make about the team after they had gone 10-10 over their last 20 games, basically a 500 team. And I think during that stretch, they were 1-8 against teams with a 500-plus record. So the Clippers are playing very, very bad. There's just no two ways about it. It then got to the point where some people were saying, oh, well, what I'm noticing is wrong with this team is that they're missing their emotional leader and their leader in Russell Westbrook. I'm like, wait a minute, you got three max guys on your roster. You got James Harden, you got Paul George, and you got Kawhi Leonard. And you're talking about you're waiting for Russell Westbrook. Is this the same Russell Westbrook that the media and these guys are trying to demonize and say all of this stuff about? This is the Russell Westbrook that these Clippers are waiting for? I'm like, wait a minute. We have some serious problems going on with this team. So what happened last night, they were playing a game at home against the Indiana Pacers, right? And I decided to watch most of the first half. And as I was watching the game, I could just tell that this team's mind wasn't really in it. And the thing that really made me feel that way was just by the defensive effort that the team was putting forward when they gave up 60-plus points in the first half. And I said to myself, one thing, I said, first, I'm not going to watch the rest of this game. And two, I expect this team to lose this game. So when I woke up, I looked at the box score, and to no one's surprise, the Clippers ended up giving up 133 points while scoring 116 points, and they lost yet another game. So after that, I immediately went to the internet to see what the players and coaches said. And then I came across a soundbite from Clippers head coach Tyronn Lue, where he was addressing a comment that James Harden made about the team, where he said, the team actually has no identity. And that seemed to be something that irritated Tyronn Lue. And he basically said, yes, we do have an identity. Our identity is that we're soft. But before we even get into what Tyronn Lue had to say, this video is brought to you by our sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is really simple. Instead of just selecting a team, you just select two or more players, pick more or less their projected stats, and then you place your entry. For example, this week, I'm selecting two entries. Stephen Curry for more than 25 points, and then I got Anthony Davis for more than 2 blocks, and Damian Lillard for more than 4 3-pointers made. PrizePicks is also the only daily sports platform with an injury insurance policy. So for example, if you have a player who gets injured in the first half and doesn't return to the second half, that player gets automatically rebooted. What I also love about PrizePicks is that it offers weekly promotions like Taco Tuesdays. Each Tuesday, PrizePicks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. That's go to prizepicks.com/CLNS, use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. And once again, once you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is want to play exactly what head coach Tyronn Lue had to say about his team and their identity, and then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what he had to say here.
Who you said what now?
James Harden mentioned that you guys didn't have an identity. You guys have had one. What is it?
Well, can we start with this identity?
Yes.
Is we can shut the door first. Dante, can you shut that door, please, sir? So identity, for us, it's got to be toughness, which means physicality, mentally and physical toughness. A high-powered offense. We can score a lot of different ways, and we got to have a defensive mindset. And so, right now, do we have an identity? I think we're soft. That could be an identity if you want to call it that. Like we got to be tougher, like mentally and physically. But we do have an identity. When we were 26-5, we had a great identity. So you can't pick and choose when you want to lead. You can't pick and choose when you want to have identity. You can't pick and choose when you want to do things the right way. And so just do the right things every night, and everything else will fall in order. And so, yes, we do have an identity. We got to get back to that, because we've had it, But when you lose games, it's easy to go the other way, and we're not going to do that. And I'm not going to let our team do that. And I'm tough-minded, and so I've been through everything, and so are these guys. And so the only way we're going to get out of it is playing hard for 48 minutes, doing things right every single night, every single possession. Not 2 out of 5, not 2 out of 6, not every time. Just do the right thing, and you will be able to get out of this rut, And so, we have an identity, but right now our identity has been shaken because we're not winning. We're not doing things the right way consistently. And so when you don't do that, you're going to lose. You're going to lose games you should probably win or you think you should win, and you're not going to play as good as you think you should play. And so I thought the first quarter, I thought we were great. I thought we really did some good things on both sides of the basketball. And then can we sustain it? Can we do it for 48 minutes and not just 1 quarter or 2 quarters or 2.5 quarters? Can you sustain it every night? And that's got to be our mindset.
James also mentioned that this is the first time in his career he's been part of a team that this late into his season there really isn't an identity. Is this, building off that, is this the first time you've seen this late in the season a group of players have said there is no identity to your team?
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. I just answered the question for you.
But does it frustrate you when you hear the guys say that?
It don't frustrate me. It's frustrating to watch too. As much as they talk about the play, and it's frustrating to watch at times. Like I said, and we're better than that, and we've shown that. And so, we just gotta do our job. 1 through 15, and the coaches, we all just gotta do our jobs. Do your job, what we ask you to do, and once you don't do that, then we can adjust. Or when you do that, it doesn't work, we can adjust. And so we definitely have an identity, but I'm tired of hearing that word.
So you heard what the coach had to say. What are my thoughts on what's happening with the Clippers? Listen, the Clippers are not a very serious basketball team right now. They're just not. The Clippers are not serious. They're not. They're not delivering on their contracts. They're not playing up to their level. They should be a better basketball team than this. And would you know it, now with that loss last night, they have fallen out of the 4th spot. And now they're down to the 5th spot in the Western Conference. And if they continue losing like this, the Clippers will find themselves in the play-in tournament. That would be a result that would be totally inexcusable. And do you know what else? If the Clippers made it into the play-in tournament, do you know I am 100% sure that the Clippers would probably go in there and lose those games? It would not surprise me at all. It would not surprise me. Because the team has no leadership. Yeah, you have Tyronn Lue, but on the court there is no leadership. Kawhi Leonard is not a leader. And I want to point something out. I'm not like these clown-ass content creators that create content that whenever their team does well and they win a game, they give up the credit to all of their favorite player. And whenever the team loses, they blame the coach. I'm not like those people are clowns. They are clowns, those people that produce content like that. We're getting down to the players, and Kawhi Leonard is my favorite player, and I'm calling them out. So don't be comparing me to them clown-ass creators out there. I'm not like them. The fact of the matter is Kawhi Leonard is the best player on that team is not delivering. And Tyronn Lue can talk to them as much as he wants, but if these guys don't go out there and actually execute, then you have some major problems. You have some major problems. And it's not just about, going out there and producing because I'm the best player. No, you got to do some other things too. As the best player, you got to talk. You got to make sure guys are engaged. You got to get in people's ears. It's all part of being the best player on the team. You just can't have this laissez-faire, hands-off approach to a team, especially when they're floundering right now. The Clippers are struggling. I have zero confidence in the Clippers, and I'm getting this close to stop rooting for Kawhi Leonard altogether. I'm getting close to just rooting for Nikola Jokic and calling it a day. I'm tired of these dudes. They're not a serious team. They're just there going through the motions. And frankly, I think a lot of us have had enough of just hearing the Clippers bab off at the mouth. That's one thing. The second thing, I was watching the game yesterday, and I noticed that there's a little bit too much unselfishness taking place on the court. Kawhi Leonard will have an open shot. He'll pump fake and pass it off, throwing a hot potato to somebody. There's no clear hierarchy in this offense, and I don't like that. Now, some people say, well, it doesn't really have to be denied. It does. Because even when you have an amalgamation of great players, there's always going to be the lead player. Even when you look at the Golden State Warriors with their Kevin Durant, KD was the lead player. And it was exhibited in the NBA Finals, where he was the best player on both of those championship teams by far. You need a pecking order. But with the Clippers, I say, okay, you get yours, I'm going to get mine, you get yours. It's not going to work like that. It's not going to work like that. People are still trying to go around without stepping on each other's toes. And to me, it just means that roles are not clearly defined yet. And if we're at this position right now, at this point of the season, I think Clippers are not serious. Now, I've been saying I'm going to reserve my judgment for the playoffs, and I will. But as of now, this is exactly what I feel about this team. So what I want to know from you guys, what do you think about my thoughts? What are your sentiments on this team and their current state of affairs? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Peace.